Howdy, Quakers, and welcome back as we carry on with the business here. Me and 40 will be guiding you through the action as we get into our fourth series of the day. Now, 40, this one is going to be something quite spectacular. Cypher, of course, our second place man from the finals just gone, going up against Av3k.
They've been battling for years, and I never get tired of seeing it. It's absolutely fantastic.
It is. It's damn exciting to watch. It always provides a lot of interesting moments. Obviously, two Quake legends in their own right.
Two Quake legends, two close friends too, but all is going to be settled in the arena, and I'm excited, man. It's just great to see legends week in and week out just battle it out. It's one of my favorite things.
It is. It's one of the beautiful aspects, of course, of the Quake Pro League, and it's only going to get better once we get underway with the game. Let's start talking about the main man himself, though, on Av3k. Of course, representing Team Point, he's been coming out hot into a lot of the games he's been playing. Unfortunately for him, though, he was a little bit disheartened. Obviously, he made it vocal on Twitter that he felt like he had disappointed Endpoint with his result in the Quake Pro League, and they were quick to say, like, that's not the case. We saw you were playing well, and we know you'll be back to absolutely living it large going forward. And it's a shame that he felt that way, right? He knew he could do better. He knew he'd be able to achieve more in the future, but wasn't happy with the way the final went.
Yeah, the Polish Prince also puts forth his best effort, and it's not lost on anybody, man. It's great. It's always a pleasure watching him play, and it's always a pleasure watching his hair, too.
It is. He's got damn good hair. I asked him for some tips back when we were in Poland, but he said he couldn't tell me. Apparently, it's a trade secret.
That's fair enough. That's why I just wear a hat. I don't even try. So
it makes sense. You are the king of the beanies. It works out quite nicely.
I can't take that throne from NVC. So shouts to him. I'm just an imposter. What can I say?
Oh, you pull it off. Someone else that certainly pulls it off inside of the server, though, is Cypher, a main man when it comes to his fragging potential. And it's interesting because Cypher has looked disgusting once again. He's finally back up to playing true Cypher form, and it's just exciting to witness.
It's good to see the days of Cypher all over again as he's coming in with his own in Quake Champions. Not too excited about the second place finish, I'm sure, but that's still an incredible run that he had in Stage 3 finals. And it's always great to watch him play, and I hope he just elevates his play just a little bit to finally secure that #1 spot, and it starts this week first.
Yeah, straight back in with a game that is certainly tried and tested, obviously about through the ages between these two. So let's waste no time. Let's not dilly-dally. Let's get straight into the veto and see what champions have been brought forward and what arenas will be kicking this series off on. As I believe it is a start once again on Awoken, but this time with a naughty Nyx thrown into the mix. We haven't seen Nyx today, have we?
Haven't seen Nyx today at all. And then Athena as well. Av3k not afraid to pull versus Galena on Awoken, Athena versus Ranger on Blood Covenant, and it looks like Eisen versus Strog on Blood Run. Haven't seen Blood Run all day, so that'll be a first for the day as well.
Yeah, I think it's also our first Blood Covenant. It's both of them coming out, so we've been thrust into quite a bit of a mix-up on this one after a bit of a standardized day for the past 3 games. So no holes barred here. This is going to be a bit more of a TLC match.
I'm very excited. And nobody wants no scrubs either, and we don't have them. Av3k and Cypher, absolute legends battling it out. I'm really excited to see how he plays Athena on Blood Covenant. We've kind of seen Rafa kind of take her under his wing and just absolutely dominate competition with Athena on Blood Covenant. We'll see if Av3k can kind of reach those heights with that grappling hook.
Oh, yeah. Av3k is not a holler back girl when he's on Athena. He is straight launching himself into the real opening of the action. He wants to be at the forefront of everything and show that he is a true hype man on that champ. He does damage with it. He's quick, great understanding of the movement and how to traverse around the map. And that's the best thing about Blood Covenant, right? If you're Athena on Blood Covenant, you've done very well because innately they go hand in hand.
Absolutely high-flying action. The stair jump is, I think, a little bit underrated, too. That can get you pretty much everywhere that you want to be if you could pull it off correctly. The execution is key, as is with everything in Quake Pro League. You got to be on your P's and Q's like LMNO, and we're going to see if either player can kind of outsmart the other, out-execute, and we'll see, again, a battle between two legends and two friends. I love to see it. I love to see two friends kind of put aside their friendship for a second and be like, I'm better than you, I'm sorry.
Well, that's also what made it so interesting, obviously, with the final as well, back when we were at Stage 3 finals just a week ago. That's why I said to Kilson, I was like, obviously, you and Cypher, you know, I mean, they're boys. They both absolutely love each other outside of the game, obviously, really good friends. And it was like, how do you just switch that off and go into the absolute madman? It's like, where's the competition? You got to stay on top of it. And obviously, as much as they're good friends, they're not going to hold anything back. Once we're in the arena, it's just all whoever takes the win.
Yeah, you want to carve your name in that belt and in Quake Pro League history, and friendship can kind of take the backseat to that.
Yeah, that is very, very true. Well, it seems like both of our duelists are ready for us to get underway here. First map being Awoken, Nyx for Av3k, and Galena on the Cypher. Other way around, of course. That would be quite interesting.
That would be. I think Cypher would be a solid champion in the game, to be honest. We could talk to the devs, put in a ticket. Yeah.
He'd be quite imbalanced, I feel.
Probably.
He'd probably be the most picked champ. What do you reckon his passive would be?
Not sure. I'll have to workshop that.
Spams in all chat saying I'm going to win.
Maybe.
That's just his go-to.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know. Well, Awoken be in the map then for this 140. Again, we've had great Awoken games all day, so I feel like, if anything, this could probably potentially top that list, or at least be close to the mark.
I'm excited to get this one underway. I'm excited to see how he utilizes this Nyx play. Again, the wall jump is kind of critical in the middle part of the map, being able to traverse from armor to mega and back. We'll see if that kind of causes any slip-ups for Cypher, but he's got totems on his side, so he can be really annoying with the placement of those outside. Over by Heavy, over by the drive-through window. Looking forward to get into this action right now. Cypher versus Av3k on Awoken, first map of the series. And we're going to start off on Av3k and Nyx.
Where do we go then? Av3k up against the HBK, the Heartbreak Kid, and Cypher himself. He's been cracking a lot of skulls recently, and he starts it off by doing some damage against Av3k. On that Nyx, obviously a light champion. The risk she runs is if she takes heavy damage early on, she might not be able to recover.
That rocket was just sweet chin music there from Av3k. Doing good damage there. Not taking any in return, which is huge too. He is going to go for the aggressive Ghost Walk play. Cypher kind of knows what's going on, but he can't turn around in time. There's a rocket into LG, and wow, the plasma into Rail will save him. That was a very aggressive play from Av3k that didn't turn out the way that he wanted.
Yeah, the blue meanie of Av3k. Reppin' Team Endpoint wasn't able to get a nice opener into the game. Instead, it's Cypher that cuts through him, living up to the Na'Vi mantra, born to conquer in the early few moments of the game, as he will take us up 1-0 in the first minute.
Cypher looking for a little bit of a doink with that rocket. He's going to grab the mega for free. Rocket jump out of there. Take position. He knows what's up, and the LG comes out. An absolutely electrifying play there, taking down Av3k. 2-0. There's the rocket jump. Now we kind of see Cypher start to get more and more comfortable there. Galena doesn't have a rocket passive. It doesn't matter. She's got totems. There's the LG. Av3k trying to aggress here. Swap to rockets for Cypher, trying to land some damage into the rail. No escape for you as Av3k gets thrown over the top rope. 3-0 for Cypher.
Clean rocket to rail. That's what we expect from Cypher. That's innately built into him. It's just the way he works as an AI designed to play Quake. And he's not playing right now, though. This is full business mode. Frag after frag. He's coming in and cleaning up. 4 frags already achieved. We're not even at the 2-minute mark. He's got dominance over the map. He's picking up the rotations of both of the major items as well. Av3k tries to contest, but so much damage done with the LG, he needs to run away. And Cypher's hungry to kill him. He knows he can pick up that heavy whenever he wants, so he'll run the timing before he commits to it. And just as he does, there's another backbreaker. Hits Av3k with the elbow. He's slain once more. 5-0, 2 minutes into the game, 40.
What a great rail. And everybody has a price, and Av3k was trying to put damage out at that drive-through. No, there's a good rail, but the Mega's right there to negate it. But there's a post-Mega pickup rail, leaving Cypher on 60 HP. Needs to be careful. No totem in his pocket. And I think Av3k might have heard the rail, and he goes up the jump pad, barely missing, but he needs to put on the pressure, and there's a rocket, and he grabs the frag. Well done to Av3k there. And this is going to be the start of getting him back into things here as he tries to go for rockets off spawn, looking for something with the rail. Cypher playing patiently, not giving him that damage off the spawn.
Smooth moves from the Nyx. Now he's actually finally getting himself a couple of items as well. Obviously, being able to get his first Mega and his second heavy of the game, it will be better as that Nyx, she operates so much more effectively when she actually has a stack. And a nice speed advantage of being quite a small champion. Dancing around right now, though. Rocket off the rocket coming through. Cypher's low, and that is incredible. Giddy from Av3k. Perfect timing. Nice adjustment on the flick. Cruise control on that one.
Ooh, almost gets a little bit info off that. He's going to wait. Cypher pushes through the doorway. Needs to be careful. The Rockets are going to pin him in the corner. Cypher trying to get away, but he doubles back to the Mega and switches to the HMG. And wow. That was well done from Cypher. A little bit risky, but he used that Mega very well to stack back up in the middle of the fight and take that frag.
Cypher from a distance position doing damage with the LG. He wanted to fully commit to it. He went over the wall, but he's blown to bits. Av3k punches him in the face with a rocket.
Absolute chair shot to the face there. But Cypher refuses to say I quit as he rails through the telly, going up the jump pad to cut off Av3k before he gets to the Mega. Av3k doing a good job of stacking back up off what he can. A little bit of tri-bolts around the corner for information, and that'll scare Cypher off, at least for the time being. They might meet at the rocket. The timing, incredible. A little bit of tri-bolt from Av3k as Cypher goes for one more peek. What a shot from Rail. Trying to rail down as much as he can and get this frag through the drive-through window. No dice. Av3k does a good job of doing some damage and getting out.
Av3k, he's got to run. He's got to be quick about this. Shenanigans in play as he disappears into the shadows, and when he materializes, it's just so he can take down the totem, do a little bit more damage. That's about it. He is on the back foot in terms of the frags. He's taking tons of damage. This is awkward. The shotgun from the elevated angle. Cypher just spamming into him with the slugs. And he's gone.
Did you see a little bit of Lipton's on that one? Was he just doing squats on the heavy? Not just a little bit. Just a cuppa. Just a cuppa.
The Tetleys came out.
7-3 now. Here's the aggression. Cypher with the LG. Av3k with the wrong gun out. The tri-bolt won't save you. And the weapon switch too little too late. 8-3 for Cypher.
Cypher. He's got a totem in reserve, but he's keeping it in his inventory to whip it out as a pocket heal at the right opportune moment. That's where it will get dropped. Blocks off the pathway as well, so he can drop down. Contesting control of the heavy. Shot after shot coming out from Vajulis, but none of them actually landing. They reposition, essentially looking like mirror images at this point.
Ooh, what a rocket. Oh, into the rail. He didn't even need it, but he hit it. A tap with a machine gun would have done it, but Cypher, as Cypher does, hitting a fantastic dropping rail. Here's the jump pad below, but he's stalking his prey. He's just begging you to go through the telly into double rockets. Hits him with a two-piece. That is meaty.
God damn, man. Playing it so perfectly. The LG into rail combination. As he's really sending fear through the nation. Drops back down. The stunner. As he takes him out of commission. Av3k dead once more. Cypher showing why he was our runner-up in the grand final, the stage 3 finals. Why he's so effective. And why we've been so excited about how good he's looking right now. As this is not a trivial opponent to have. Av3k is by no means an easy opposition. But here, Cypher, he's making it look like child's play, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Just so relentless. Look at this. He's everywhere you want to be. The LG up the jump pad. Av3k gets caught. Another frag for Cypher. As you said, absolutely stunning and stone cold here. 13-3. Just stacking bodies right now.
Yeah, there is a pile forming. Cypher playing with the timing slow, was expecting the auto punish. Instead, it's the dive through the air. Av3k going for quite a wild play as he swings out like a lunatic. Tag after tag, though. The lunacy is certainly in favor of Cypher as the stars align. And so do the shots. The railgun rips him a new one as he hits him with the Rhino.
Cypher just complete domination right now on Awoken. 14-3. Looking for more, too. Ooh, awkward positioning on that Mega. Cypher's going to drop down and a little bit of the mouse shake. The global sign for something went wrong.
Either a crumb on the mouse map, potentially.
Yeah, possibly.
He's been eating toast in the morning, you never know.
You gotta get your energy levels up. Need those carbs before the game. 7-40 here, 14-3. Hits a great rail, looking for another one. Lands at 10 HP. He doesn't care. He's going for one more rail. And he hits it again, and next one wins, and Cypher is insane.
Man, Where's the stop switch on this man? How does he do these things? The confidence is at its utmost. Frag after frag. He never stops. He never slows down. He just keeps on moving. And he's grooving to the beat right now. Ridiculous stuff.
How do you maintain a friendship with someone that does this to you? I don't understand.
I don't know. He's just manhandling him.
Through the telly, a little bit of a face stomp there into LG. Av3k trying to hit something, does hit a rail, needs one more, but Cypher's too quick on the trigger. Gets that frag in the Mega, 17-3. Just piling it on right now.
Cypher. A true living legend. Chiseling his history right here. 17-3. Biggest one-sided affair we've had all day, and this is only the opening map as well. He's going to be coming for the series win overall. You can only imagine he wants to really thrust himself into the upper echelons of the standings towards the end of the season. And this is only week 1, so this is his prime opportunity to make it flawless as he goes through. Nice footwork with the tri-bolt, tag on tag coming out. He is on the back foot though, he's low. And he almost turned it around into his favor. Falls in the end as Av3k will clean it up. But with 60 seconds left, there's no possibility of him taking this map. Cypher has already won it.
Absolutely put it away, but Av3k dances with the devil and wins that trade here. But the rails, oh my goodness. Cypher, please.
Cypher. He was hoping that Av3k would bust through the door waving the 4-4, but unfortunately there's not a chance for him to leave him grieving no more just yet. Instead, it's the hunt with a rail. A big shot to open it, and it'll only be a little one to close it down. There it is through the window. There's Cypher. With that final shot, Av3k calls it GG and knows that the run is over.
What an absolute domination by Cypher on Awoken. Just wow. I don't even know what to say. Hitting 58% rail, 45% LG. Just hitting everything. You can't escape. You can't run. You can't hide from Cypher. Dominating performance.
It just doesn't miss. It really just doesn't. You can see the damage disparity as well. Like, it's madness. It is interesting, at least, that Av3k was able to keep himself up to 3k damage with only the frags he found. So it's not like he wasn't hitting his shots. He was still being able to contest and play effectively. But the issue is, if you hit that many shots, but he's got 15 megas compared to the 3 of them you've been able to get, obviously he's going to be able to win the encounters. He'll just keep himself way patched up and win out in the battle of attrition every time.
Absolutely insane. There's no escaping. Thank you very much. Rail after rail after rail. When the rail's not appropriate, the LG will be. Cypher's mechanics, just insane.
He's just crazy. He really is. And impressive stuff, more than anything. This is just a highlight reel of things that Cypher does in his downtime. And that was only the first map. There's more to come. After this, we're going to be moving into Blood Covenant. And that'll be Cypher on the Ranger. Athena coming through for Av3k, so she can quickly launch herself from point to point, abusing the map geometry to swing into action. But he's got that dial to negate any of the geometry, of course. He can just teleport.
There's a very real possibility that in terms of this set, that was not even Cypher's final form. And I'm scared to see him get stronger, honestly. I don't know if we're ready for that. I worry about Av3k. I'm scared for the boy.
Yeah. It's crazy as well, because you thought if one of them was going to go Super Saiyan with the hair on Av3k's head, it probably would have been him.
I'd have my money on that for sure. But Cypher's like, sorry, not today. But new map, new opportunity. As you said, getting into Blood Covenant, first one for the day. First time seeing Athena. Things could change as quick as when we get into this arena. So we'll see.
We will indeed. Second map, Cypher. He set himself up for absolute dominance throughout the entire series. And honestly, I think that's where we both got to hedge our bets towards, right? Coming in on Blood Covenant, although Athena has potential edges here, Cypher just looked unreal in the actual basics, the level of confidence he had in every encounter he went into. I think this is going to be the Cypher show the whole way through. I can only imagine there will be a Cypher spam going forward.
Looking forward to it. I think if he starts hitting and heating up with that railgun, I think you're going to see him use the orb a lot to just close the distance and just tickle with the LG shotgun, whatever he can. He's if he's feeling it, it's going to be a bad time for Av3k, but let's see if he can turn it around.
Well, here we go then. Second map. As we start to burn our way through the series, Cypher once more back in the hot seat up against Av3k. Starting on Av3k on the Galena, well, on the Galena, on the Athena, of course, so he can go high-flying around with those grapples, mirroring each other currently in the opening shots, but none of them landing.
Needs to be careful as Cypher has the Av doesn't have much to work with except for the rail. Does a good job of playing defensive, keeping the space until he has the opportunity to push in with rockets, but the LG is too strong. Cypher on 3 HP survives to take the frag.
My god. The fact he's been able to do that and win that opening duel is just despicable. It's absolutely wild. Av3k, he gets a mega, readjusts off the back of it, and is quick on his feet. He's trying to chase as much as physically possible, and Cypher will go down this time. No more carnage caused. At least it's quickly put back into a 1-to-1 position.
I love the patience from Av3k there. Cypher almost getting away. Av3k taking his time, lining up the shot to get the frag and secure it. Well done to him. Great rail there. Cypher makes a little play on the jump pad here, trying to jump to the mega, but gets absolutely melted before it arrives. And Av3k now using this opportunity to heat up. He knows exactly where Cypher is. There's a rocket, no damage, but he still has all the information. Will the nail gun save Cypher? Av3k will drop down, but he has the hook to get back up again. There's the rail right above his shoulder. No, he needs to get out. Oh my god, 1 HP. Cypher knows everything. He knows everything he's gonna do. The onslaught of damage. Oh, just not enough to finish it. That rocket whizzing by. Good rail, but that's gonna be all for naught as the mega spawns right next to him. And I think Av3k should take the victory of just staying alive. He's gonna hang in the pocket, try and get another rail here. Flirting with death is Av3k.
Av3k. Lady seems to be favoring him right now. But she's a fickle mistress and can turn the tides whenever she wants. Av3k dancing around. Up on top of the heightened angle, spamming down. They're detonating near Cypher. Unfortunately not directly onto him. He's good with the map play as well. Gets into a better angle as he turns around the corner. Rail shot after rail shot. Av3k, he needs to grab these major items to even have a chance of staying alive at this point. Cypher abusing the geometry with the dire orb to quickly dart across the map. Grabs the heavy. And still has the advantage when it comes to stack.
And I know his name is Cypher, but he was looking a little bit like Neo there, dodging that plasma, getting the rail shot, using that dire orb play. But here they're going to meet up close and personal. Rockets are out, but the LG again from Cypher just too strong.
That's the mega picked up. Cypher with the dire orb so he can escape when he needs to. Does initiate and does a little bit of damage trickling through Av3k's total HP. Oh, the drop down does even more. And Av3k, he's actually re-peeking into this.
Hanging on by a thread as Av3k grabbing some health bubbles. Good rail though. Still needs to be extremely careful here. Cypher trying to figure out exactly where Av3k's position with that tri-bolt. Is he going to go up the jump pad? Cypher's not that crazy. Trying to set up a shot on the rail. He's going to miss. The volley back from Av3k will land. This time Cypher gets the best of him, hits a rail of his own. Av3k with the stack advantage here. Cypher looking for some armor down in the pillar room, not going to find it. Makes his way back to the heavy. Playing for sound now. Barely missing out on that rail. After the heavy, but he wants to deal more damage. Takes a shot and falls back wisely here as we're still tied at 2. Inching closer to the 4-minute mark.
Burning through the clock. Cypher gets himself past. Bypassing Av3k. Uses the dire orb for the aggro play. Perfect timing there to switch back over to the rail as well. You can see the confidence on him. Even when he's low, he's still fighting to the bitter end. But he needs to slow it down now. You can't afford to make the mass migration over towards heavy either. He wouldn't make it there in time, so he slows it down and plays for scraps.
Such a close game here. Damage output almost identical from these players. As the heavy machine gun comes out and the rail swap from Cypher. Av3k wanted just a little bit more, and that greed is going to put him 1 frag in the hole here. Cypher plays off the sound, and there's the trap down by the LG, and the dire orb to finish it. Hits him up close and personal, 4-2. Cypher doing a great job of capitalizing off that first frag and making the second one look easy.
Cypher, rocket after rocket coming out. We're about to hit 5 minutes, and the scoreline is nowhere near as bloated as it was previously, but he's trying to do as much as he can to get it back in that position. Good adjustment onto the rail. Gets the kill. Leaves Heavy up, so he can go for a fight, then fall back. Makes the timing so much more disjointed, and he's still playing smart as well. Knew the spawn was there as he forced it out. Shoots off the warning shot with the railgun, and only now does he pick up the Mega.
At what point do you think Avek's running around just saying to himself, "Stop hitting me, please"? Cypher just hitting everything. Oh, the dire play after the rail! That was incredible.
Oh,
he's a magician. I'm going to start calling him David Blaine.
I mean, you might as well. The tricks he pulls out are just jaw-dropping. He's the human embodiment of Penn and Teller combined.
But he's not staying silent at all. Very vocal about his dominance. 8-2, 6 minutes in, with no signs of stopping. He's going to grab the Mega. He's also going to grab a rail. Does have the Dire Orb and wisely decides to just drop. And for the time being, put a pause on his onslaught of frags as he's still stacking bodies from the last map. That's a good rail as Avek sees him drive by here. The Heavy is up. Avek positioning for a little bit more damage, but he's going to back that ass up into some LG. Great fadeaway, though. And that could have been absolutely deadly. Avek very fortunate to live through that.
Getting all shots off into the caboose, is able to make his move back over by Mega. Good spot to be in, and finally, he slays him as well. Prime time opportunity to peek out, plays it perfectly and doesn't put a single foot out of line. Not missing a beat now as he quickly reacts as well. Swinging into action with a grapple hook. There's another tag from the rail. Cypher still committing to the fight as he knows he can win it. They're both low on stack, but Cypher's a little bit better off. Pushes from the low ground, peeks out and jumps over the rail.
That click from Avek, very scary. Does get some more rail slugs. That's going to be important here as he has prime position, but that Dire Orb play absolutely fearless. Can Avek punish? He hits with a little bit of rocket to rail, but the damage has been done. Cypher stole what was his, and Avek trying to make it back to Heavy to ensure it doesn't happen again. There's a rail. He's still very weak. Needs to be careful, and Cypher finds it somehow. There's no hiding. Those stairs won't save you.
He's only got 3 rails left. Cypher lurking around on the low ground, letting time tick away as he knows if he boils down the clock where he's in this position where he can't afford to fight, it's the best possible play he can make. Slowly advances forward, but as soon as he does and rears his head, Cypher swooped and taken down. Tackled in the end there by Avok. Getting it closer for E, but the gap is so big, I don't know if he's physically going to be able to bridge it.
From above.
Doesn't have the mobility to make it rain here. There's the Dire Orb. Defensive rockets will be enough to keep him at bay. 10-4, and I think you're absolutely right, Jackie. It's getting harder and harder. I don't care how mobile you are. If you can't get these frags, it's all for nothing. Down 6, 2 minutes left. It's going to take absolutely flawless play from Avek to try and get back into this.
Okay, Tri-Bolt. Really doing a lot of damage there. Spamming around his feet and making it cheaper for him to buy shoes. Oh, he has been blown to pieces. There is nothing left standing of Avok after Cypher rips him from the inside out. 11-4. Now the scoreline's really starting to look a little bit more Awoken.
Goodness gracious. Great orbs of Dire as Cypher just making play after play. 11-4, 33 AP. Avok reeling right now. He has to go for the Heavy, doesn't have a choice, and that rail says no.
Hoping he could force the spawn once more, but instead it won't matter. He'll just keep on knocking on the door. Slaughters Avok. 13-4. Cypher proving that he still wants more as well. He's ready for a scrap at any opportunity, even when he's low on stack. He'll swing wide and go for a cheeky peek.
Ooh, that rocket almost spot on. Avok does ledge clip and gets up, but still eating the rail slug to the face. And Cypher, he knows. He's setting up the rail shot and just peeks away at the last minute. The last 30 seconds will tick down. 14-4, possibly more. As Cypher looking to jack up the score just a little bit here. And what 2 consecutive maps from Cypher. That just dominant performances. What do you say? 52% rail. I mean, to be fair, both players are hitting 52% rail. But the impact on Cypher's end is just so much more, as he's out-damaging Av3k by 1,000 damage.
God, man. It's crazy just how good he is. The damage again, 1k in favor of Cypher. This time it's not even that much of a stark contrast in terms of the major items. It's pretty much evenly split. The difference is that Av3k had 9 heavies and 8 megas, whereas it's the flip for Cypher, having 8 heavies and 9 megas.
Just so much damage. Like you said, it wasn't really a game of items so much this time. It was just pure damage. 1,000 extra damage. Just the stack is a little bit weaker on Av3k, of course. And just I can't believe some of the shots that Cypher hit. Some of the Dire Orb plays were absolutely incredible.
Dude, the predictive Dire Orb that he put down towards Mega, that's something. That's certainly something. I haven't seen a Dire Orb kill like that, where it was so calculated and the read was so big in some time. Like, that's a superstar moment from Cypher.
Just these angles that he finds with the rail. Is this the one? Look at that.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh my god.
Like, the timing, the confidence, the execution. God, the amount of swagger this man has is ridiculous.
Just non-stop. I don't know, the man is on a mission. He's a different kind of beast right now, just stacking bodies. This could be the first 3-0 of the day. I mean, it's not over for Av3k. He could still take this map, but at a certain point, after the shellacking on 2 maps, you're kind of like, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, but Cypher is just on a different wavelength right now. It's crazy.
Well, it's just that mindset if you go into it and you're like, if he's done it to me twice and the scoreline's been this abrupt, what can I do? What's the answer? Because Av3k has been responding in kind. He's been putting up a hell of a fight. But if he can't get back into it, even after playing this well, what can he do? Like, you know, does he have another form that he can go into? And especially in a map like Blood Run as well. I don't know. This could barrel out of hand in the first couple of minutes if Cypher plays his cards like he has been.
There's a lot of corridors where he can kind of use that death pot to set traps, but I don't know. We'll see. If Cypher's feeling it again, he's just going to go in. I don't think this is going to be the traditional slow Blood Run game. I might be wrong, but it's just the way Cypher's playing. I just don't see it playing out that way. I think he's just going to get in there.
Yeah, I reckon he just takes it to him and absolutely lives it large, but time will tell if maybe Av3k has an answer, a trick up his sleeve that he hasn't revealed at this point. However, I wouldn't be surprised if this is just Cypher cleaning up and continuing on in the fashion he has been, as he's looked brutal. And it's been absolutely disgusting to watch. Here we go, though. Straight back into the action on Av3k again, on the Ism. Gets the railgun straight away and lurks over the ledge, expecting a push to come around, but Cypher hasn't reared his head just yet. Instead, he's sticking to the back doors and heading over by Mega. Good predictive play, though.
As Av3k maintaining position at the tri-ball. Very strong area of the map here. He's going to send in that death bot for a little bit of information eventually. Cypher is going to meet him down at the rail. Big shotgun chunk there from Av3k. Backs off. Going to get the heavy little bit of rocket damage into great rails from Cypher there. And just like that, Av3k reeling good rails, grabbing the 225s. But Cypher with the stack advantage. Is he going to hunt off of this now? Is the question. Looks like he took out the death bot. There it is, 2 shots in a row. And Av3k trying to avenge his friend. That's a fantastic rocket. The defensive rocket coming out. The peeker's coming out as well. And he will net the frag. Av3k not quick enough on the trigger with the rail.
Big play. The re-stroggification process is beginning again for Cypher, as he is making Av3k look measly in comparison to the might of this Strog and Peeker. 2 frags already. We're only a minute in. He launches himself to the heavens as he'll grab that heavy and keeps on firing. Rocket after rocket doing damage, both of them exchanging in kind, blow for blow.
Narrowly missing with that rail. He's going to rocket jump back up to the tri-ball platform. Wants none of that. Ooh. Peeker dealt with nicely there, and that was such a crazy frag. He got the collat? Is that what it is?
I think he took them both down in one fell swoop. Yeah, straight through the Peeker, into the raw Strog. My God.
I did a triple take on that. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a tick. That was a fantastic shot from Av3k there. Puts himself on the board, 2-1, 2 minutes in. Now Av3k can establish control here. But this is where Blood Run becomes a problem, because if you want, you could play extremely defensive here. So now, even though it's only a frag lead, Av3k has to figure out how to trap appropriately to tie this up. Cypher's going to not make it easy here as he's creeping around the corner, and just like that, the first sign of danger, he's going to be able to get away.
Yeah. Av3k, after feeding 2 birds with 1 scone, he looks to try and get a little bit more out of it. Adjustment coming around, the Pika this time doing damage, but the rocket still rips him to pieces as it'll impact on his shins. And he's not going to be able to wear shorts anymore.
Oh, and that is just so disheartening. Av3k tanks the damage, gets the frag, but he's too weak to fight or even rocket jump to the heavy. And Cypher spawns and takes it out immediately, and again has that 1 frag lead. And on a map this close, 1 frag could be everything.
It certainly can be. It lends itself to that style of play so much innately because of how it's designed. Cypher, Quick, the Wild Wild West coming out. Is this desperado living like a rough rider? Av3k doesn't want none of it, but unfortunately goes down anyway, suffering the same fate once more. 4-2 as the scoreline for Cypher keeps on getting better.
Cypher getting jiggy with it there, misses with that rail, but that's okay. He's going to take a little bit of return damage. Needs to be careful. The Peeker comes out. LG's not enough. Av3k taking advantage of that misplay there, just plus forwarding to his destiny here as he adds another frag, down by 1 again. Cypher wants another rail. He knows that's been extremely lucrative for him throughout that series, going through the telly. Players trade. Av3k missing with his rails as the jump over comes out from Cypher, and that LG just so consistent while he's going for the heavy. How do you deal with that?
There's not much that you can do. Cypher certainly making it so that Av3k remembers the name, because Cypher's just running the game currently from the low angle as well. It's so effective to do damage fighting up onto this high ground. The Pika charges in, but it won't be able to punish. Instead, Cypher, he backs off, adds the Mega. Ooh, peeks back around and takes a little bit of damage for it. Just a mere sliver. Not too much to write home about, as it is 5-3. The scoreline still certainly favors him. They're just skating around, taking peeks whenever possible, doing 90s whenever he gets the chance.
Barely missing out on that rail there. Trying to sweep the legs out from under Av3k. Av3k with a great rail in return. Waiting on that Mega, does have a great stack. Cypher just going to sip on that blue pool a little bit.
Have a little bit of a drink. You could stay hydrated.
Aggressive rocket jump coming out. The defensive rockets from Cypher are good into the Peeker. And Cypher says, allow me to reintroduce myself. As he pulls out the Peeker yet again to net another frag, getting a lot of mileage out of that. The LG around the corner. Av3k needs to be careful, trying to put out as much damage as he can. The rail will miss. Av3k stays alive. So close. And again, Cypher missing. Finally connecting, but after the Mega pickup. Both players are about even. The death ball was deployed. Cypher sliding around, gathering what he can here, as he still maintains his 3 frag lead as we are just 30 seconds over the midpoint.
Cypher putting the armor on his chest once more as he'll try and pound the opponent, going around the corner with the Pika and then following it up with the LG to take him down as he hits him with a lightning fight from a frightening height, tackling Av3k at every given opportunity, overcoming these 40, 6 minutes into the game.
I'm still reeling at the mileage that he got out of that Peeker. All those plays, so much damage. Now the chase coming from Av3k. But it's a bit of a downward spiral for the Polish Prince here as those 9-inch nails rip him apart into the rail here. 55 HP is just hanging in the pocket, not afraid to take another shot. Av3k outstacks him, just needs to find the damage. Cypher playing very cautiously around the corners here, not afraid to slow things down. Here's the preemptive Peeker play, and right into his face. Unfortunately for him, won't land the follow-up rail. Av3k finally getting in, grabbing his frag, as well as the Mega, and heavy shortly to follow. So this is exactly what he wants, and this is what he needs to try and snowball back into this game.
Gets the SSG. That shotgun has so much power to it, you can certainly pack a punch when you need to. A bit of a stalemate right now, though. Playing slow, skulking around rather than going aggressive and making those audio cues. No pitter-patter of footsteps to be found. So Cypher Goes for the peek round the corner, reveals himself. Timing is so unfortunate there for Av3k as he transitions through weapons just at the wrong time, drops down, and there's nothing that could be done. Nail after nail, they all get riddled through his body and leave him up against the wall like a shelf.
That LG's so strong, he needs to be careful though! And there it is, the death bot popping off, and that was, he went all in on that. At that point he was like, I'm just gonna try and get this frag. Fortunately for Av3k, it works out in his favor. He gets one back, but he's still down 3, 2.5 minutes left, and he's got to start getting aggressive here. That pop to the heavens, the rocket right on point. Oh my god, Cypher, stop it.
Looking so damn good right now. Rocket after rocket coming back up as well. Tiny Timmy, the turret, still causing turmoil, but it won't matter as Cypher on the adjustment. Both of the rails come out, but Av3k, he played the smart game. Prioritizes going for the HMG, and he hits him bullet after bullet, riddling him, pumping him full of lead to take him down, and keeps on firing as well. Grabs the Mega, does a lot of damage against Cypher. He's not got much time. That's the big picture. We're here at a 9-6 scoreline with just 2 minutes left.
2 minutes down, 3 frags. I don't know. Awoken needs to put the pedal to the metal, which is difficult on Blood Run, and especially when you take damage like that with the LG. What choice do you have? He has to retreat and try and stack back up. But it's going to eat into his comeback time here. 1:30. The tri-bolt into, oh wow, what a rail. 1 HP. Needs to be careful. Properly delays that mad sprint to the 225s. But the rail in the end again, Cypher, just the, could that be the final rail in the coffin for Av3k? 4 frags, 1:15. I don't know about that one, Jackie.
Seems like it's basically done at this point, and I don't really know what more can be done on a response from Av3k. Cypher, he throws the clip in the rail, but he can't slay from far away. Instead, it's Awoken that makes him hit the DECK, and he keeps on moving, launching back up to new heights, an elevated angle, waits for the nails to rip. Playing from the great as he looks down, but it's the wrong call to make. He won't achieve greatness. He'll just have to drop back down to the low ground, steals the Mega to stay alive. Out comes Tiny Timmy, but he's fallen. A treacherous play to make, and one that didn't work out well. 11-7, Cypher ahead of the curve here.
And Awoken tries to make a little bit of machine gun funk happen here, but nothing doing. 30 seconds left. Cypher takes him out again with the LG, and Awoken calls it. Got the GGs there, 12-7. Absolute domination from Cypher on this set.
Yeah, just, I mean, excellence, really. At every given opportunity, he just provides us with ample frags, cinematic plays, show-stopping movement. He's just a walking book of how to play Quake.
He is a walking frag movie, is what he is. Yeah. Cypher, 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 indeed. We saw that incredible air rocket. The peeker plays the rails. Cypher has it all, including all 3 maps in this set, as we have our first clean sweep of the day. Hats off to Cypher for just otherworldly play.
He was actually on the back foot with the item control as well. You can see he didn't have the edge when it came to major items, but he certainly had the edge when it came to actually dealing raw damage. Av3k, he just couldn't protect his neck.
It's a shame. It's a shame because there was instances where you thought Av3k kind of had the chance to get back into it, start rolling, and then right off the spawn, Cypher just so aggressive using that raw aim to just get himself back into it. And there's nothing you could do. And these peeker plays, that one worked out for us so many times. We saw that peeker play just net Cypher a frag or positioning and just be an absolute nuisance to Av3k.
Crazy.
You better flea hops, was what he kept telling him when he brought out that peeker.
It was rough. There was just physically no way for Av3k to get overall control into the game for the most part. Cypher just seems leagues apart. And that's been the storyline that we've been developing over the course of the entire competition, even last season around, right? It's wild how good he's starting to look.
Dangerous, absolutely dangerous, scary, and you know, in the back of his mind again, second place is nothing to be ashamed of, but it's not first. All these players want first, they want their name on that title. That's got to be the motivation in the back of his head of, yeah, that's fine, I'll just roll through all these weeks, but he's waiting for the big show.
Yeah. To again get himself back into that spot, especially towards the later weeks once the ceiling gets closer again and we have his matchups versus the names of like Kilton, Razy. Seeing that in regulation now with him being on absolute utmost form, Those games are going to be crazy for you.
Absolutely insane, yeah. Like a Cypher versus Wenger rail battle. I can't. My heart can't take it, Jackie. I'm too fat. I like tea cakes too much. I can't. I don't know what it is. I just can't stop eating them.
God damn. Well, there's certainly more for you to snack on as the day develops, as that was the end of our 4th game. But of course, we've still got another 4 to go. A lot of action to cover here on the Quake Pro League stream. Once we return back in, we'll be getting straight in with G-Nick versus Rafa. So we get to see the main man, the sausage maker himself, versus G-Nick. It should be a banger. So join us for that, where me and 40 will go through the action after the break.